Alright. With this chocolatey ice cream in hand, I'm gonna watch the next video by Bellular. Blizzard nuking leveling, a massive boosting ban, and how Blizzard angered all. As always, we're gonna read the comments first, because we like to see what people have to say about the video before we watch the video, so we come in with our own, what do you call it? Biases, right? Okay. Gonna go a bit lower. I think the nerfing of Soar for stupid reasons is showing that Blizzard will still nerf on for their own stupid ideas. And some races vastly outpace others in terms of movement inside old raids. It cannot be used as an excuse for faster transmog farming. Dragonflight at mass speeds for all areas of the game would just be really fun and cool. Flying on alts is wonderful. Imagining dragon flying on alts. Sweet. It's wonderful imaging. Oh, no, whatever. It's not that I will not buy the game at launch, and I will likely hold off for quite a few patches. Smart. Bro, you? Smart. Give him a like. I have enough of a backlog of games to work through to last me years, and Blizzard yet again show they haven't grown the fuck up. Bear Tartay. Oh, Bear Tartar. Yep, I remember, that was fucking amazing, and other nerf fun things still exist in their wheelhouse, helping make a boring 1 hour siege grind a little easier would be lovely. I have to take plate wares. Yeah. Warriors. Through to get Garish's shoulder plates years after I've already got them out, and it's just painful. Shake my head at this point, they need to just do milestone leveling. Rest in peace. Rip out the whole concept of XP and put in the Covenant style reputation where you get your point after completing a series of objectives. In all seriousness, I hate the nerfs. Am I alone in this? Is there anyone besides me who wishes they were doing the opposite to leveling and made it more of the gaming experience? What's the give and take? So right now, the reason they're nerfing leveling, like the amount of XP, I know what the video is about, I just haven't watched the video. Only reason they're nerfing XP is because they cannot think of anything useful to do with it, so they're like, fuck it, just nerf it, make it so people can level faster. The sword nerf makes absolutely no sense. Mages have an advantage in farming old raids via portals. Why is that okay? Demon Harms have an advantage in exploration and getting to world treasures and chests via double jump. Why is that okay? Druids have an advantage in being able to swoop in and yank that node out from under your nose and insta-fly away from combat. Why is that okay? Every class has its advantages. Evokers are super fast, on a cooldown, if you get to the right glide spot, if you have the skill. And that's their advantage. What's wrong with it? They should make a story leveling for new people, taking them... Okay. Most of these we already heard in a different video. I don't remember which one. I think it was Zachalon, but yeah. That's it.
Okay, everyone, from massive nerfs to a pretty damn big boosting ban, lots went on, so let's just get stuck in.
Hey, before we continue though, like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit. I just have to say it. My editor told me I don't have an editor.
Most of the major European boosting Discord servers went dark overnight.
Yep.
Twilight, Nova, Dawn, Oblivion, and Sylvanas boosting communities all had their servers closed by Discord, with the owners' accounts also being disabled. Why, you might ask? Okay, well here's what Discord said. Your account participated in selling, promoting, or distributing cheats, hacks, or cracked accounts. That's quite the allegation. Now, the owners, of course, deny this and have said that it's likely some sort of mass report attack, which would probably mean that some sort of, like, coordinated community response led to people just mass reporting the accounts of these servers. Now, the strange thing is, none of the NA-based boosting communities have been touched at all. So what is it? Is this some EU compliance thing about distributing, cheat hacks?
Sounds about right. EU are known to be very compliant. Yeah. Nazi Germany, I'm just saying.
Etc. Is it a large community effort to mass report them? Is it both? Has the hammer simply yet to fall on NA? I mean, so far we have no idea, and it also seems to have nothing to do with Blizzard. So the goal is safe. This only impacts their back-end operations. And of course, with replacement servers now online and little elaboration from Discord, we simply have no idea what's really going on here or if the new servers will be shut down. So this truly is a strange situation. And speaking of situations, you can improve yours with Skillshare, today's sponsor. And the first 1,000 to click my link will get a month of Skillshare Premium
I'll tell you right now, don't buy Skillshare. Straight up.
for free. Now I'd say place number 1 to hit up is the Productivity Masterclass from Ali Abdal.
Nope.
Life can be a bit rush, a bit hustly, and to be honest, that kind of sucks.
If you have absolutely no brain capability of making a fucking schedule, even this course is not going to help you.
Now I find that having a great productivity system means that I'm less stressed. I'm less busy. I'm less rushed. Things are nice and calm. And that actually enables my best work. Ali's content's fantastic, and he will teach you the skills, knowledge, and wisdom that will help you declutter your life and give you the clarity that you need so that you can get your work done and live your life. It's an excellent series. It's in fact one of the most loved ones on Skillshare. It's absolutely worth your time. And the first 1,000 to click my link will get a month of Skillshare Premium for free. But of course, remember, Skillshare, they are the online learning community for creators. And after watching that from Ali, there is a humongous wealth of wisdom to gain.
No, there's...
Check out some neat design stuff with Aaron Draplin, some coffee stuff, so much. So thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring. Hit up my link down below.
So I used to have Skillshare. I watched... Let's see, I had the story writing one, which is completely fucking useless. It's like, it was like read a bunch of books. Like, no shit, how are you gonna be a story writer without like actually reading books? Like, it's hard to like, analyze the books. No shit, right? It's like, it's so much like common sense bullshit, right? Then I had the one with Marquez Brownlee, right? Marquez, I don't know. Had that one. It was like, all I learned from that, there's a lot of really cool equipment for video recording. That's it. How to judge the cameras, how to judge microphones, how to like, all this like stuff that you actually need to know, like what to look for in a spec for specific shoots, all that stuff. Yeah, no, that wasn't in that one. I guess that was another Marcus Brownlee video. That wasn't in this one. The productivity one was just like, everything is just common sense. Just make a fucking schedule, go to sleep and wake up at the same time. Make sure you have enough rest, because like, you can't, if you overwork, your productivity goes down. Like some dumb bullshit where it's like, yeah, it's common sense, right? There was one with finances and was also like dumb, like how to save money. Just fucking stop spending on bullshit. Like, a lot of them are so bad. They're so, like, not bad, but like they're so useless for the amount of money you're paying. And again, all you're paying really is like $12 a month, really, because it's like $149 divided by 12, it's like 12 something bucks a month. So yeah, that's the quality you'll get for $12. I get it, but like, yeah, it's like, it's such a bad, like, there's nothing of like, as far as I could find from what I was interested in, there was nothing of value. Even editing videos, I believe that was one of the things, that was like the fourth one. They're all using programs that like cost you a shit ton of money. How about a starter, someone who just starts editing videos, just wants to learn the gig, whatever, and I don't want to invest $500 into like the Apple Pro or whatever, or the other one that is Acrobat, But if I want to learn specific stuff that like I can do on a free program, I just want to know how it works. Nah, man, just watch YouTube. Fuck it, just YouTube what you're looking for, and you'll find it for free. There's like, Skillshare is such a waste of money.
Let's go.
Speaking of being productive and not wasting your money, yeah, just don't get Skillshare. You'll save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money.
Our Blizzard nuking leveling XP? Well,
Yes.
right now, yeah, it kind of looks like that. The amount of experience required to level from 1 through 60 in Dragonflight is around 57%
In
less than it is
Dragonflight,
in
though.
Live, per Wowhead's reporting. Of course, there will be the leveling from 60 to 70, but that's a pretty damn big change.
Yeah.
I mean, the already blisteringly fast 10 through 30 range has been slightly increased, actually, but from 30 to 50, we've seen massive decreases of up to 78% for some levels.
Yeah.
50 to 60 has been totally nuked as well. And yeah, I mean, currently in Alpha, the XP penalties from Party Sync, those between 50 and 60 have been removed, but of course, leveling from 50 to 60 will be a part of Chromie time anyway once the new expansion comes out. I mean, for absolute numbers, it'll take a total of 2.1 million XP to get from level 1 to 60 in Dragonflight, based on the numbers that we're currently seeing on the Alpha right now.
It's
Now
pretty
compare
low.
this to the 4.
I can't believe you actually did the math and added every XP in total. It's like, instead of saying like, oh, it'll be like 56% less XP overall, it's like, it's gonna be 2.1 million XP in total. Like, oh, okay.
2.85 million XP currently required in Shadowlands, and you really see just how big this is. 56.9% to be exact. So yeah, this utterly
Okay,
demolishes
56.9.
leveling
I was close.
times.
I
Well,
said
stuff.
56.
I mean, hell, if you got used to the 50% XP buff that just left the live servers, then, I mean, perhaps how that
Yeah, pretty
felt
much what
will
you're
be the new
getting.
normal.
Yep.
Now, of course, Alpha is Alpha. This is subject to change. It could be a mistake. We have not seen official communications about it. But maybe Blizzard's intent is that you can easily do 1 through 60 within a single continent. Still, does
Probably.
seem to be a massive enough nerf. But I guess, you think about the overall situation, like the Shadowlands leveling 50 through 60, it kind of does make sense that they squish that down so that their overall leveling time is kind of like still on target.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it looks really not fun playing DPS spec as a Vent just because it's a Dractyr. It looks so fucking slow. It's like it's a combo class where like you combo and then you just like wait for everything. It looks so not fun.
But yeah, I mean, man, I've got to wonder.
It looks good, it just doesn't look fun.
Do they really
It's just
want
standing there
people to have
casting, bro.
more alts in Dragonflight? Is that
He's
why they are
gonna take
being
that
just, like,
in their
nice and
face, I
aggressive on
guess,
this
sure.
one? Because of course Dragonflight has had many moves.
Wow,
to ward
look
out
at that.
friendliness. So a pretty interesting situation. We'll just have to see how it develops. Now for the drama of the last while, because
Oh,
for
yeah.
some divine
There we go.
reason, unbeknownst to us lesser mortals,
Yeah.
Blizzard have decided to nerf the really cool and fun thing that the whole community was really loving about the new race. The
Usually unite the whole community to hate one evil decision by Blizzard.
Dractyr, which is their soar ability that let them fly super fast. Now, you've probably seen the constant and pretty much unanimous praise for it. It's been there
Yeah.
for me and many other people. There's countless
Yeah,
videos,
it's cool.
clips,
Whatever.
live streams
It's
of people just seeing
the thing is like this ability is irrelevant overall. As far as racial abilities go, it's pretty much irrelevant. So I don't see why they would nerf it. But also I don't see why people care that they nerfed it. Aside from it, they got the better version before, so why are they ruining it? Right? If this is the version people got from the beginning, no one would bat an eye, right? No one would care. Like, oh, this is cool. They won't be like, well, you could have made 940% speed. No, they would be completely okay with it. But yeah, Blizzard fucked up. They made it too fast and then they nerfed it. It's like fucking idiots, you know?
how far they can go from mountains to peaks,
Ah,
and other
yeah.
high places. It's been fun. I mean, even take Max, a world-first raider known for a totally different type of gameplay. He's been having loads of fun practicing and perfecting his flights through the Wetlands Tunnel Pass on stream. It's pretty damn fun. It's this fast-paced, intricate weaving through all the underground tunnels and through the mountains leading to the wetlands. It's just really neat to watch. Now, according to Blizzard's Blue Post, the reason why this was done is so the Dractyr don't have drastic efficiency advantages
This is what I'm saying, man. Such dumb reasoning.
over other races when doing non-Dragon Isles content. That's things like farming old raids for transmog, doing Chromie time
battles.
quests, and of course, and most egregious of all,
Bad battles.
battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be more efficient at those. And these don't really make that much sense. I mean, you can't
Nope.
soar in raids and dungeons, so it doesn't
Yep.
make sense. that people could do soar while they're in an old raid.
Yeah.
I mean, they could soar between old raids. That's just not much of a problem. Chromie time quests? I mean, in Party Sync maybe, but Drakthir currently can't do anything in Chromie time leveling pretty much because they start at level 58. And they're like level 60 by the time they leave their starting zone. And then pet battle advantages?
Really?
Seriously? Blizzard also stated that these speed nerfs didn't diminish any of the fun that they had internally.
Yeah, great.
You can do less cool things with it, so that does feel less fun. And plus, it's a thing where people got used to the super powerful version, so
that's the biggest one.
Less fun to people because
That's
they
the biggest
have a
one.
more powerful point of comparison. So
yeah, that's the biggest one. It's the point of comparison, but the internal team didn't find less fun. Yeah, they're not biased, first of all. And second of all, when was the internal team right about anything, really? I don't remember the last time the internal team was right about any decision that they made. It's like, oh yeah, this still feels alright, right? But they should have just said that Dragon, like Soar, just it goes so fast that like some people have it causes lag, so we had to slow it down. Sure, but like this is what I said. Like Blizzard didn't change anything. Like they're still the same badass. Well, they're still the same bad mentality that they always had. They still have the same bad mentality they always had. Jesus Christ, was it so hard to say that? Jeez.
even if the current one, which I believe is 630 speed instead of 920,
Yeah.
even if that still is really fun,
Yeah.
people have a more, powerful point of comparison, so it's going to feel less fun, even if 630 would have been considered to be fun by players if they never even got to experience it, at 920, right? It's all kind of relative. But I mean, what's the worst that could happen with this? Like, Sora's on a 5-minute cooldown. I mean, honestly, my opinion here is just make dragon riding a thing in all of the game. Might be a bit jank, but screw it, it'll be fun. I mean, no, create races and nostalgia.
There's no reason not to. And here's the thing. Dragon riding in all content will happen way sooner. It's the same bullshit argument they had with Shadowlands Covenants not being used everywhere outside of Shadowlands. And they reverted the decision, like, I think in like 9.05 or like 9.1. No, 9.05, I believe. They reverted that shit almost immediately. Actually, might have just, like, people complaining about it in the beta and they made it in live. I don't remember, but, like, because, man, who remembers what was 2 years ago? I don't remember when they changed it, but they changed it. Dragon riding, everyone knows you're gonna have it everywhere in the world anyways. Just give it to everyone in the world and that's it.
Like old world locales. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're onto a real winner here. I just hope that they really take the potential win and actually run with it. If they do, it could be great. And as for this, yeah, it does just feel a bit pointless. Realistically, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
Not.
It's not going to ruin the expansion.
It's not. It's the principle behind the choice of doing it. That's all it is. It's like, this again. This does not matter at all. Everyone knows the only content in WoW is Mythic Plus, PvP, and raiding. This is not available in those contents. This, completely does not matter. Unless you can use it in AB, that would be pretty cool. But this completely does not matter. Like, none at all. But it just shows what Blizzard are thinking and wasting their time on. This shows the Blizzard mentality about their game.
And I think people will be happy enough with it anyway when it launches, because on its own power it is just really fun, even with the current speed. It's just that once you've been used to the crazy Lamborghini version of it,
you don't want a Dodge Caravan.
Sexy, that's just how it is.
Like going from Lambo to a
Season
Dodge
4
Caravan, probably not ideal.
Nathria was our first faded raid. We've got more brown Warlords of Draenor dungeons, and of course the past mega dungeons. Now, I was away, but Dakor on our team, our resident cutting-edge Mythic Raider, has been busy grinding out Mythic Plus this week for both Gear and Valor, completing well over 60 dungeons in just a few days. What a madman. The great thing, though, is uncapped Valor, so you don't feel like your time is being wasted because you can continually and determinedly
Watch it change in Dragonflight, though.
Mystically farm and upgrade gear without restriction. Well, other than the rating one, which I guess can be annoying to people because of the tyrannical and fortified thing. But anyway. Now, the response to the dungeons has been a bit mixed, with Karazhan and Grimrail being the biggest points of contention. Basically, they both have a learning curve, but a few things maybe need some tuning. So, Blizzard have actually been busy at that. They've been increasing the visibility on some hard-to-see mechanics across the dungeons, and they have been tuning some of the more egregious abilities. Now, while these, of course, have been great changes and have been well received, I think people still feel there's some more work needs to be done, so hopefully we see that. As for raiding then, well, it's a nice change up from Sepulchre and bar the Generals. I think Natri is a raid that at least I really enjoyed at that time. I think a lot of people did as well. And besides the new Fated affixes, we've actually found some under-the-hood changes too, and they're just kind of interesting. So each raid difficulty has an inherent internal difficulty modifier. Now this changes things up, like boss HP and damage dealt. So it's essentially a broad tuning knob that differentiates the numbers between each difficulty, minus of course any new abilities and effects that Blizzard have added.
Yeah.
So with normal difficulty having a baseline 1.0 modifier, Mythic usually has a 1.3 and Heroic a 1.14 modifier. Based on the data though, it seems that Fated Mythic actually has the 1.14 difficulty modifier that Heroic usually has, perhaps meaning that the base tuning is just a bit easier than the typical tiers. Now that is something that does make sense though, because not only do these Fated raids have some new affixes to deal with, but they're also supposed to be just some decently laid back end of expansion kind of like remix fun to fill an otherwise empty drought period. So it wouldn't make sense to tune these to be as difficult as they were when they came out, when of course each Fated raid is only up once every 3 weeks, at the start anyway, so you don't want to have this uber hard progression going on when there's a very limited time window, because it's mostly just there to be fun. So there you go. Look, and I know that this is not of interest to many people out there, right? I want to see new shit, I get that. Totally fair. But honestly, what you're doing this is far, far better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, when Shadowlands is added most playable because of the various tweaks and fixes they've made, you can go and run a greatest hits of the raids, you can enjoy a more reasonable gearing system, and perhaps relive some brilliant old dungeons. Why not? If this was the norm for the end of an expansion, it is something that I'd totally welcome. Though ideally some non-instant stuff would be nice. As for me, it's pretty tricky. I think a few of us want to go and just get a bit of an M+ group together. Might try out Healing and Disc Priest, or if that's not good for Mythic Plus, maybe Holy. I don't know, I'll see. But anyway, next, the rather shocking news. This was so surprising to me. NetEase were working on a World of Warcraft MMORPG, so I guess there you go. WoW 2 cancelled. Not really. This is an MMO for mobile that was set during another period of time in Azeroth, and it was developed in partnership with Blizzard. But it seems the dev work was actually done by NetEase. Now look, I mean, look at a game like Genshin. It's a mobile game, but it also scales up to PC and console.
It's a gacha game.
Well, so who knows what this could have been?
Yeah, nothing useful.
Is that it was cancelled not because of development woes, but because of a lack of agreement on business terms. So what was that?
Yeah, I wonder what that would be.
Recoup structure for costs of the project. Basically,
no.
Who the hell knows?
It was Diablo Immortal.
The project had been in the works, I believe, for 3 years though, so it's definitely sad for those developers. As for us players, I just hope for more leaks, because this at least would have meant Blizzard officially creating lore, because this was to be set in a different era of Azeroth. So I'd love to see what era that would have been.
Creating
what
lore.
the story elements were, where the zones would have been. That could have at least been interesting. But of course, as a game, given the state of Immortal, another NetEase project, and how that's monetized, enough said, right? I can't imagine that it would have been monetized in a way that we would have liked. Even though, say, the likes of Genshin Impact, like that totally shows us that, and yes, Genshin does have gacha monetization, and I do not like that at all, but Genshin, like, as a game, it is actually really good, with a shed load of content, and it does look gorgeous on PC and console as well, and it plays brilliantly on too. That shows that a project can scale between all these different formats, so
it feels really unimpactful. Like, I've been watching Genshin and the new one, Tower Fantasy or whatever, gameplay. It just looks really unimpactful. It looks like it lacks that oomph, you know? Like that fucking, like, big hit. Chungus Mungus, you know?
You know, if they were to go and Diablo Immortal it, monetizing player power, that would just ruin the whole thing, wouldn't it? honestly, this is not what I would have expected. So, yeah, perhaps a shame for the bean counters, I don't know. I mean, if TBC Classic is anything to go by, then the love for Warcraft is still very strong in China. So there's no doubt that this would have pulled in the monthly active users. But going back to it being some sort of business disagreement, maybe that structure would not have made enough dollars for Blizzard to make it worthwhile. But it's odd, because it's 3 years in. You would have imagined this shit would be contractually locked down by this stage, right?
Contract was over.
Did someone try to change the terms that the whole thing
Contract was over.
Probably never know.
Oh god. Wow, variety show?
Blizzard are planning something new.
God.
A variety show. It's a 3-part event on Twitch that has a leveling competition, a lore scavenger hunt, and a foot race through Azeroth. Kinda neat. Look, this is not a massive bit of news, but it's obviously, it's no surprise to say that Blizzard had kind of stopped doing community things. Like, remember, we used to get the Q&As with Ian and Josh, and those just stopped, right? But this is, I suppose, the NA community team doing something, right? Doing an event, you know, getting better at that community engagement. And that is something that, you know, when we see it in FF14, we think that's a great thing. So seeing Blizzard do that is also great. That's just important for a live game. So I guess props to the NA community team, and hopefully there's more coming with all this community engagement.
We'll see.
With that said, that's actually it for
I
the news. I guess for game...
I have my doubts about this variety show. Like, it really doesn't look like something you would want to watch. Like, how would the leveling variety part of the show go? You just watch people try to speed level WoW? You can't really speed level WoW. Even with the 56% nerfs, you can't really speed level WoW. Like, it's not... Still, like, hours. Like, it's not like, you know, you clear Diablo normal in Diablo 2 within, like, an hour or two. Like, an hour 30 or some shit like that was for Llama. I think his record was, like, 56 spins or some shit like that. Like, that makes sense, right? But, yeah, this is, like, no gameplay.
Look, I would love to play Wrath Classic, because to me that's just totally reliving the glory days.
The 4 WoW
Might dabble a little
celebrities.
bit in the new season. Don't know if I can get a raid group together, but
Well, it's gonna be like some 2 people you don't even know, a major WoW shill, and then maybe someone who everyone knows.
And plus, and a bunch of old nostalgic dungeons, things I haven't done that much. That would actually be kind of fun. So I'll see how it goes. Anyway, I know what you're doing. Of course, check out today's sponsor with that link down below if you want to help us, and also, I mean, get access to a pretty damn awesome service, right? Learn some brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I mean, it was just the news, right? There's nothing to, like... I have no complaints to Bellular. He's just literally telling what the news are. But, yeah. I saw one decision that is whatever, which is the variety show. The sword decision was bad. The season 4 decisions overall are good, but I don't feel like it's enough to bring players back. It's like, the season 4 stuff is good for people who kept playing throughout the expansions, throughout the patches, and now they just have the possibility to play other characters. That's pretty much it. So bad. MMO so bad, even at GN1 ranked. Oh my god. Is that Deathwing? Yeah, it is Deathwing, Stolen Art. Yo, no way, is that Wartune? Yo, this better be Wartune. Okay, I wanna watch that next.